The entire last year was absolutely insane. I learned a bunch of skills, I got in the best shape of my life, and just 1 month ago I moved back to the big city so I could continue surfing this high wave.
Oi, meu amor, tudo bem?
Until I broke my ankle last week. I don't know if it's broken or not, let me show you. Look at the size of that. So what happened? It was raining for several days, but then a bit of sun came out and I decided to take my dog on an extra walk. She pulled me a bit too hard, she was so excited, and I slipped on a moss and I slid like a majestic ice skater. And I fell weird on my left ankle. The sound, the pain, I felt like vomiting, I was trembling so much. Little did I know that I had just fractured my fibula. I knew from the moment I saw the x-rays what was ahead of me. I wouldn't be able to walk for weeks, if not months. It was gonna be uncomfortable to sleep, to eat, to clean, to take a bath. I wouldn't be able to go to the gym anymore. And of course, I would be in a considerate amount of pain. I found myself in a deep rut. I took the medicine anyway, and I passed out watching random episodes of The Office. I woke up in the middle of the night and I just cried by myself. I was grieving all the momentum I've just lost. And this is actually the first step that I learned how to get out of a severe rut, is to accept it, to acknowledge the fact that I was quickly spiraling downhill. But most importantly, that a part of me wanted all of this to change. What I did instead was to get up and brush my teeth, and I made sure the dishes were clean, and I read 5 pages of the book I'm currently engaged in for the past weeks. These actions have been part of my routine for weeks, but since the injury, I wasn't doing any of this. This is actually the second step that I learned how to get out of a severe rut, to implement energizing habits without the intention of taking greater action yet. The next day, for example, I was still feeling this positive feedback loop from the night before. So I decided to get some time in the morning to expose myself to some sunlight and get that vitamin D power. I also took the opportunity to practice other skills and hobbies I can do while sitting down. And even started doing some basic bodyweight exercises, so maybe I won't lose all my gains. A bonus step here for me was to reward myself for taking these actions. At first, I felt a bit of resistance to that because I know, as you know about yourself, we are capable of so much more. But you have to make a separation between your potential self from your actual self. And although it might hurt to hear, my peak right now might be just brushing my teeth. I usually struggle a lot with negative and intrusive thoughts that don't allow me to feel motivated enough to take action. The mentality I learned to battle this is that action can and should precede motivation. You act, however small, even when you don't feel like doing so. In that way, you're not a slave to your feelings and not to your thoughts. And the motivation doesn't come from an external source, but from the act itself. So make your bed and brush your teeth and write one phrase from the work that is due. Because usually what happens is that these actions build up over time exponentially. So I did this to the point where I felt I needed to organize a new routine with my new thoughts and new goals. And that was my final step to get out of the rut, to put it all on paper. Now I started by simply establishing my new daily routine, taking my injury into consideration. Then I started to brainstorm all the things I can be doing while I heal, learning a new language.
N'est pas en bonne santé.
And I can finally create my drawing portfolio. So the secret I learned to get out of a rut is to actually see setbacks as opportunities to slow down, organize your life, and be tougher. Because this is not gonna be the last time that life hits me hard, I'm sure. Okay, so maybe a rut won't always have such an objective cause, like a debilitating injury to the ankle. But if you're like me, and when you feel demotivated, you just sit around, waiting, either for someone to save you or for something to inspire you, you will be shooting yourself in the foot. Get it? So try these steps. Accept your current condition, take small achievable actions, and organize your routine and goals as much as you can. And then what happens instead is that you actually end up saving yourself. I should say, I'm not a doctor, and if you need professional help, you should seek it. I'm just saying what worked for me. Leave a comment down below if you're having or ever had struggles to get out of a rut, and your best strategies to cope with it. I'm actually starting a second channel with more raw content based on this daily practice type of thing, so you can get a more realistic feeling to my learning curve, and hopefully I can inspire you as well. I'll see you guys next time. We got this. Bye!